Hey yo, what up, y'all? It's the Prince of New York, aka the New King, and y'all already know what I'm on. Direct Deposit with my man DJ Shuttle.
Back live, season 1, episode 3, Direct Deposit. Your host DJ Shuttle, executive produced by my guy DC Central Station, film edited by Interlude Films, art direction by my guy Mark Exclusive, inspired by my brother Craig Herron. Rest in peace, Nightwolf. Tonight we got a very special guest. We got a Queens legend, like a guy that beat for some of your favorite rappers, a guy that told the truth about the industry and give a fuck what nobody had to say about it. And we're gonna get direct to this shit with him tonight. Ali Vegas.
Peace.
Peace. Appreciate you coming out, you heard?
Thanks for having me.
So, I gotta start, right? Direct Deposit, we like to tell the whole story, find a little bit more about the artist. You know what I mean? Not just get into the beefs and all the bullshit, but find out who made Ali Vegas. But before I start at the beginning, I gotta tell you, I recently saw a clip of you in the stew with E. Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
And we was talking about Long Island versus Queens.
Oh yeah.
I want to pick up on that conversation because we in Long Island and you from Queens. So I want to pick up on that. So I kind of was doing my side by side, right? I'm like, Queens is super official. So I'm doing my side by side, like Run DMC, Public Enemy, Tribe, De La Soul. It's kind of me. Mobb Deep, EPMD. But a little asterisk on Mobb Deep because we know Prodigy's from Hempstead, Long Island.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Asterisk on that.
I'll let you finish, but we're gonna keep going.
But so far, I'm like, all three of these are so far is like easily very, very debatable. You could give to one or the other. LL Cool J, Queens, but everybody knows he's from Long Island.
Farmers, what?
Everybody knows he's from Long Island.
I don't know if everybody knows he's from Long Island.
LL Cool J from Bayshore, Long Island. Ask Freddie Fox.
I understand.
But Queens is great though. So where we stand on this debate, Long Island versus Queens?
But see, the crazy part about it wasn't even like a...
No, I know it wasn't no real debate.
No, it was just like, because when we in there, it's like me, I always acknowledge the greats.
Right.
You know what I mean? That came before me. I always acknowledge the greats. Because I always tell everybody that we cousins, we drink the same water.
True that.
This is why it's not far off, because we drink the same water. That's why you can have a Rakim Nas, like you can have, like it's right there. You know what I'm saying? So, but E is just like Long Island, like it's like rep Long Island. I'm like an E, I'm like E. The whole studio is full of Queens who love Queens.
Well, I mean, listen, I think with E's production, like if he would have did more production for the artists in Queens in the 90s, early 2000s, I think that shit would have been wow. If he would have been doing more production for the Queens artists.
All he has to do, like that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you did a Close the Gate project and just was like, you know what, I'm just producing for Queens and Long Island right now, it would be.
Nah, that shit would be crazy.
It would be ugly because what happens is nowadays it's not like how it was before where rappers would bring rappers together.
Right.
Like now it'd take like
a producer
or DJ. Like an E to bring rappers together. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we was just telling them, and while we was there, and I'm like he went on this Long Island rant, and I'm like, you got me and Havoc sitting right here. Like
right.
It's like, and Rockwell was there. That's Queens. That's all Queens. So I was like,
you love Queens.
I'm like, I was just telling E, I'm like, I like us versus anybody right now. And right now, I'm like, if we go into a room right now, like, cause we have rooms there at the spot. So I'm like, if we go into a room, you say, all right, Queens in one room, and Long Island in one room, Brooklyn in one. Like, I'm like, you gonna have me in the room with Havoc and Rockwell.
That's kind of ugly right there.
I was just trying to tell them, like,
right.
I get it, but
yeah,
that's a deadly combination.
So you got some great records with E coming out.
Yeah.
Part of the Death Squad family.
Yeah, we put work in.
So we're gonna talk more about that in a minute. But I want to start in the beginning, tell people like where you from and like before the music, like Where you from, and kind of what shaped you to be the person you are, and then the artist you became?
I mean, well, it's kind of crazy because it starts from the beginning. It's like I have to start from the beginning. So my mother she was born in Kings County Hospital, so she's from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. You know what I mean? She grew up Gates Avenue, and then she moved to Queens. So now we in Queens, and I'm born in Queens, but my family is in
all
Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn.
So now I'm in Farragut Projects.
Right.
Damn near like half the life. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm in Farragut Projects, so it's like we growing up like in Brooklyn, but I'm growing up in Queens. So it's like it's kind of weird because I'm being shaped and molded to be. This is why I've always been a Prince of New York, because I always say I'm from Queensboro and Kingsboro, Brooklyn and Queens. So this is why I've always been the Prince of New York. So now it's like you being shaped from both sides of it. I think that's what really made it ill about my upbringing, was because I already knew the boroughs.
Right.
Like I already knew, like, so when they talk about Brooklyn, I'm like, I know Brooklyn. When they talk about Queens, but I've always Queens, because that's where, you know what I mean? Like that's where I was at. But it was like so that's how, like, when I would rhyme, it was just different, because that's what my mother was raising me on. Like, my mom was playing Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, like, and Kool G Rap and all that. So it was so funny, because when I would rhyme in the park, everybody would be like the old heads would be like, damn, son, like, you remind me of Ra. The old heads would say that, but then the young heads would be like, what you that's some Nas record you reciting. You know what I mean? I didn't know who Nas was.
Wow.
So this whole time, like, I only knew who Rakim was.
Right.
I didn't know who Nas was until my man, my brother was like, my man told me while I was rhyming, and he was like, nah, I'm telling you. And then I went home and asked my brother, like, who is Nas? They keep comparing me, you know what I'm saying? And that's when he played like Illmatic and stuff like that. But I didn't even know who that was. So that's what was so fun about growing up. What was fun was growing up, because when I'm 6, 7 years old, I'm deadly. So
6, 7 years old, you writing rhymes?
I'm deadly. My fault. At 6 years old, right? I'm 6 years old. We had Maya Angelou coming to our school.
That's pretty powerful in itself.
So that's what I'm saying. So now, I've always been a good person. So, like, I'm always an outgoing person. Everybody gonna love me. So my teacher's like, yo, look, we're gonna put the poems. Write a poem. We got what's your name coming. You write a poem and recite the poem. I'm like, all right. So now I write the poem, and it's crazy because, like, now nobody knows. It's crazy because nothing is proofread.
Wow.
You just wrote. It wasn't like turn your poem in.
They ain't doing that no more.
Not after me. Not after me. So now, you know what I mean? Like, now, so.
And this is 6 years old.
6 years old. So now my family is there. So now we get up, we get on the stage, and now they get to me, and I say my poem, and I'm like, the sky's blue like a pig's eyes. Birds chirp like a lady that just got raped by 10 guys. Niggas die over rumors and lies.
6 years old?
6 years old. My brother stood up, like, the first it got quiet as a month. My brother and my brother Chief and my cousin Tasha stood up and started clapping. And my mother and everybody else started clapping like it was crazy. And cause she was
standing ovation.
Yeah, because she was like, you know what I mean? She's a poet. She's a poet. And she come from, so she's like, she understands.
Right.
Because she's young, seeing police beat black people down and up. So she knows that. She's like,
and
you're
she was
special.
A rape victim. She was a rape victim too.
But that's what she's saying. No, you're special. Don't let nobody curb that because you're a little kid. You know what I mean? Like, as a little kid, I've seen grown things too.
So your first salute was at 6 years old from Maya Angelou.
Yeah, so, like, don't let nobody curve you.
That, I can imagine, like, seeing who she was later probably touched you to be like, I was inspired by somebody great.
Yeah.
To do what I do.
And it was crazy because that was just one part. Like when my cousin, she put that on a T-shirt. Like soon as we got, she went and put that on a T-shirt. She like recite the poem again, and she put it on the T-shirt. And now so that was just one part of like knowing. That's why I always stayed that way. So then at the corner of my block, like that's what I'm saying. At the corner of my block, one of my mentors was old man Butch. He was Malcolm X's bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Like old man Butch. So I'm going to see old man Butch every day. Like
just on the humble.
Like where he showed like, listen, he like understand, he like the sin of a man. You know what I mean? He said the sin of a man can carry, like nobody won't forget you if they have your scent with them the whole day. Because he would have the Muslim oil. So when he shook your hand, that's it. You got his scent on you the whole day. Because that oil was strong. He like,
absolutely.
So he would school me every day. So I'm 6, 7 years old, being handed
jewels.
You know what I mean? Like where it's like, and he's showing me all sides of it. Because then his son was the 7th crown. So it's like that's 7 crowns, Decepticons, transform. Like he's like, I'm getting all of this at 6 years old. So when it's like, when that pen is hitting, it's like
all these type of influences.
Yeah, this is like, so he would show me, like we would watch like real live documentaries about Malcolm X. And like they would be like, him and Muhammad Ali would be standing at my corner store having conversation. So that's when I knew, the most important thing I've learned young was that my neighborhood was full of prosperity. Whether it once was or was still, like, at least I know, you know what I mean, prosperity stood here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what happens is that every other person my age don't know that. So they don't know that they come from something, even if they come from nothing. You understand? Like your neighborhood is rich. You know what I mean? You had the same people you look up to stood here.
Absolutely.
So that means
you could be that great too.
Yeah. And then it was like, then after that it was just like my mother. You know what I mean? My mother was always on me. Like I would be like, I'm gonna get us out of here one day. And it wasn't that bad, but it was just like, you know what? And she's like, why? Why do you want to leave so bad? I was like, nah, I just want, like, I want it for you. Like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, say, if you want it for me, then always know that she's, and then this one I'm probably about like 9 years old. If you want this for me, then why not make this neighborhood comfortable for me and the other parents around here? Don't just leave it and take me, because then there's another me that they child can't get them out of here. So why not make this good for them? And that's what always made me like, you know what? You're right. But I was always so angry because like the city, they tried to take me from my mother. That's why I say on the record, like in '85 when they tried to take me from my mother, like they tried to take me from my mother. So it was always like, because they knew before I knew how powerful I could be. And that's when I always knew, because that's what Mr. Butch told me, Mr. Butch. So what happened was when they tried to take me from my mother, Mr. Butch was like, you ain't going nowhere.
So what happened that made
It was just always something, whether it was like school or, because it was crazy, I was so smart that it was like, it was really no reason for them to do it. But Mr. Butch would say like, no, they know who you are and what you will be. So they got to separate you from the love you give them, because they already, you know what I mean? Like, they can't tell that. Like, they can't tell that you growing up without a father.
So it wasn't like hustling, it wasn't violence
This is in elementary school. This is before I got into...
So, not class disturbance, not a problem in the school, just...
this is before I got into, you know...
anything.
Yeah. Like, any problem in elementary school was just beating people up because they was bullying other people. See, I'm that person. I bully the bullies.
Somebody got you.
That's the thing. Like, I don't, like, if you picking on somebody and I know, like, listen, you wouldn't pick on that person if you knew that person could beat you. Like, you picking on them because you think everybody gonna be with you, what you picking on. I'm like, no. So I would just take kids that thought they was bullies, put them under the chair. And I'm always the little skinny dude, you know what I mean? But I always knew how to box and wrestle, you know what I mean? So that's why it was just, you know, that's what made me, like, that upbringing.
So when did you transform to from poetry to rhyming?
When I got home from saying the poem, my brother was like, wait, hold on, stay right there, don't run out the house. He was like, say what you said on stage. And we put an instrumental on. No, say it faster. Then I started saying it faster, and I was like, oh. Because my cousins and my brothers, they used to rhyme. They was dope. You know, I mean, that was like my first like encounter of rap. It was like, oh shit, I want to be like them.
So before that, you weren't really familiar with what they were doing?
No, I didn't really care about it. I just like poetry. It's what I see, what's being done. Like, I like poetry.
So it's like, all right, cool. We're gonna get some beats. You start flowing on these beats, and now you're like, oh, okay, this is something different. And from there, you start doing what?
I started rhyming, right? And then my cousins, it was crazy because they had a deal, and they was about to, you know, they was signing the Def Jam. And then what happened was...
What was the name of the group or artist?
Nah, they was my cousin Chi. They was just regular, you know what I mean? They just all had separate names. They was just, you know what I mean? It wasn't really like a group, you know what I'm saying? But they would just be like, nothing is tighter. So it would be like NIT, like nothing is tighter. But they was just separately, like my cousins had, like they all around. So they always get deals. And I'm like, oh, what's up? It's like, I'm young, you know what I mean? I'm clapping for them. I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm ill. And their manager is like, nah, you can't go. I mean, like, it was because I'm a baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? He like, nah, you can't go. They don't know what to, they don't know, you know what I mean? They don't know what to do with an 8-year-old, 9-year-old. They like, nah, you can't go. And I took that personal, where it was like, what? Okay, you're gonna regret the day. And that's what happened. It was just like workshopping. My brother got locked up, and he was doing the 2 to 6. So when they brought him down to the island, whatever, I went to visit him, and I was just like, I'm him. I was like, I'm him. Can't none of y'all fuck with me. I told my brother, tell you straight. I was like, can't none of y'all fuck with me. I'm the one now. And he was like, what? I was like, I'm the one now. Nobody can fuck with me. Just like that. And he was like, let me hear something.
On the phone?
No, we on the visiting floor.
Oh, okay.
And I'm rhyming on the visiting floor. Everybody moved their chairs around. The CEO came from out of the bubble and everything. And everybody was like, stood up. And every time I would come up there, everybody would ask to bring me. Yo, son, bring me down on your visit. Your brother coming? Bring me down on your visit. I want to hear him get crazy. And then that's when it was everybody, people from the pen would call home. And they called tragedy. And that's when tragedy came to the park. Gaddafi came to Lincoln Park. And was like, yo, son, you the one I'm hearing so much about? I guess so. And then he was like, let me hear something. I let him hear something. And that was it. From there, me and Traj would give me like books. You know what I mean? Like, so just picture me being like 11 years old, 10, 11 years old, reading the ISIS papers. So it was like, Traj would be the first to tell a person, like, no, Ali's different. Like, he's not even, like, the game he playing, by the time I'm 14, I got 48 Laws of Power. The book ain't even hit yet. I got 48 Laws of Power, and I'm sending that to people in jail. And they read it, they like, and then my man, he called me, he'd be like, listen, you only 14. How are you getting this? How are you reading this and sending this stuff? He's like, I feel crazy. I'm like, yeah, do the knowledge, get right. And that's why I was like, I always play, I'm always going to be head and shoulders above.
So that's a lot of that Butch influence.
Always. He like, listen, person like he always would say, person can't, like he always would tell me, like, nah, they didn't kill Malcolm, they shot him. They didn't kill him. Person like Malcolm don't die. He's like, see, Ali, a person like you won't die, regardless of what happened to you.
That's a fact.
So that's why he would tell me.
So, man, this is incredible. So, Tragedies is like you guys are building a relationship. You 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you go from, from the poetry to now rhyming to in the jails, Tragedies like wow, young prodigy to actually getting in the stew and recording?
I mean, I was always recording because I would go to the studio with Cheeks and you know what I mean? 'Cause that was the thing. Like in my neighborhood, a square block, you got Onyx, you got Law Sport. So like within a square block, that's right there. So like I would go to the studio with Cheeks and and like that's where I learned my studio values from. Where it was like ain't no sleeping or nothing. You fall asleep, you get a match between you get a match between your
water dumped on
yeah,
you.
something
Something crazy.
So it was
no
like,
sleeping in the studio.
Nah, but it worked. So that's why like I'm going there. Then like you got like AZ and Foxy and my man Panama PI, like they picking me up from school, and it's like it's crazy, And then like my man Understanding, he was like, yo, he like, nah, your talent too crazy. So we gonna like go in the studio. So I would go in the studio with my man Cecil and my man Jermaine, the Have-Nots, these producers.
I remember the Have-Nots.
Yeah, producers. Like I would go in the studio with them, and that's who I started. Like we was putting in work together. Like, all right, bet let's put this work in. And once we would put the work in, then we was and I'm walking on Jamaica Avenue with my sister Laura. I'm walking on the avenue with her, and they doing a documentary. And my man Panama P.I., they doing a documentary on him, and it was Tony Dofat and them, and they doing the documentary, and then we walking, and so my man Panama seen me, he like, whoa, hold up, wait, that's my little man right there, yo, Fat, come here. So when he called me over, he like, yo, no, I'm telling you, like, they like, so everybody's like, yo, you could rhyme, and it's always like that, because I'm just a little, they like, yo, you could rhyme? I'm like, there's only one way to find out. Do you want me to rhyme or you don't want me to rhyme? Like, yeah, no, say it rhyme. I'm like, all right. And then once I rhymed, it was like, my man D.O. was like, he was exec at Universal at the time, man, Damian Black. He was like, yo, hey, get him to me at Columbia tomorrow. No, tomorrow.
And this is at what age?
It's like 13, 14.
Crazy.
Get him to Columbia tomorrow.
Man, at this time, Tony Dofat, is one of the largest in the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they like, he's not even telling me to come to Universal. He's like, no. Get him to Sony. Right. Tomorrow. So D.O., we go to Sony tomorrow. So now we get up there, and they was like, so now we get in front of Sony, and now, it's so crazy. You're a young kid, and you looking up, and you see this tall-ass building.
Right.
You like,
this ain't the hood.
Yeah, what y'all want me to do when I go, you know what I mean? So they was like, yo, look, good luck. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't need that.
And who you going there with?
When I go in there, I mean, I'm with me.
So you 14 years old?
Yeah, 14.
Going into the label Dolo.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got the executives that's want me to come up there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but like
them, like, I don't have, like, my cousins.
No team, no family.
No, because they don't
know. What can they
We don't know what this is.
Right.
We don't know what, like.
They just said, come eat, so you just going for the
music. Because I didn't care about, that's the thing, I didn't care about music. Like, I didn't care about music to where it was like, I didn't care about, not saying music, I mean, I loved music, that's the problem. I didn't care about the business of music.
Right.
That's my thing, like, where it's like, I'm watching Langston Hughes. I'm watching real live documentaries of Malcolm X. You telling me about a record deal, I don't care about nothing.
Right.
Until you say, yo, look, this could change your mother's life. Then we could talk.
Right.
You know what I mean? But until then, like, that's who I am. So now we get there, we go upstairs. So now when we upstairs now, it's like, wow. everybody's there. I mean, the whole Harlem world. Nas is there, Horse, like everybody's there.
And when you say they're there because they have their own business at the label.
And that's Sony.
And so
I mean, they come in, that's Track Masters.
Right.
So whether they come in to talk to Tone,
right.
Hope, whatever, they there. You know what I mean? So everybody's there. It's like, so they sitting there like.
Now, what was that moment? It's like, oh, okay, I'm up here, I don't know what I'm coming for, but now I'm here, and the guys that you've seen and heard on TV and radio are all now right in front of you. What was that moment like?
It was just regular business for me. Like when it came, like, it's like, all right. Like I've always been that person where it's like, if you come to me and be like, and this is a true story, you come to me and be like, yo, Michael Jackson is over there.
That's crazy. I was thinking Michael Jackson just now.
That's what I'm saying. If you say that, that's what I'm saying. Where you be like, but Michael Jackson is over there. I'm like, okay, well tell Mike Vegas over here. That's me. Like
right.
My first like when me and Hov, our first encounter, it's like, yo, look, yo, Veg, this Jay-Z, this Veg. And I'm like, alright. And Hov was like, don't ever change that. He was like, don't ever change that. He said, you gave me the head nod. Like, you ain't even, like, reach out to shake my hand or nothing. Like, he said, don't ever change that.
So, where did that cool come from?
I mean, it's just confident in my ability.
But beyond the ability, though, I feel like the cool usually, it's like, you know, my uncle was like that, my brother was like that, my cousin. Like, was there any influence on that cool, like that was close to you?
My mom's, like my mother, like my mom's was like you're so crazy because it's so wild because you listening to TV and they telling you, oh, it take $250,000 to raise a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now my mother got a few of us. So we said, Mom, you're a millionaire. You got a few of us. You know what I mean? And it's like, so she's not even, you know what I mean? It's like when a coach is cool, the players just take on like.
They embody.
Like the house could be burning down. Like we probably done had 100 eviction notices, and my mom's just like, oh, we gonna be alright. Don't even worry about that. Y'all just get your books and go to school and handle what you need to handle. I'll take care of what we need. So when you grow up seeing that, it's like, yeah.
So you at the label, Mace, Nas, so forth and so on. Everybody's there. What happens?
So now Kid Capri is coming. Kid Capri is coming to drop off a CD plate of some beats for Nas.
And were you familiar with Kid Capri at the time also?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
My mom was saying, like, that's what I mean, like, where it was like, I didn't know or care about the Clues or whoever. My mother's playing Love Bug Star Ski.
Ron G.
She playing that. Like, so that's why when I do, like, I usually do my drinks, the first thing I do is like put it on. Like, I'm used to that. I'm not used to, like, you know what I mean? So when Kid Capri came over there, it was like, you know what's so crazy? That's the dopest part because I knew of him the most.
From everybody on that.
Yeah, so everybody there.
So he probably didn't get the head nod.
Nah, I mean, I didn't even say what up.
Right.
I was just like, all right, that's Kid Capri. You know what I mean? But Kid Capri don't know me, so I'm not even going to be like, hey, kid. No, it's like, I wait till you, because I know, like, when I get a chance to display my talent, they'll know who I am.
True that.
And they won't forget who I am.
True that.
So it's like, that's me. I'm like, I could be in a room full of stars, and I'll just sit there in the corner and let you greet everybody else and be like, yeah, like, that's me. When we out, they know when we out with everybody and all that, and I be like, yo, who you? I be like, yeah, I ain't nobody, just a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I used to tell the shorty, yeah, I work at Pathmark.
See, I would tell them,
like
yo, it's so crazy. We'll be out, right? It'd be me, L.O., Kobe, and everybody, right? And we'll be out. And the chick would be like, so what do you do? I'm like, I do telemarketing. Because they be like, yo, how you know them? I'd be like, I tried to sell them some products. And they invited me out. I used to always tell them,
like that.
Yeah, I would tell them I do telemarketing. And they'd be like, no, they pay too much attention to you for you to just be some telemarketer that tried to sell them some products.
Yeah, they doing the knowledge. They doing the knowledge.
So now we there. So Kid Capri throw the beat on. And the crazy part is the beat that he played wound up being mastered up. So it happens to be like, it's like that, Sean. Like, it's just like, it was that beat. That's a crazy beat. Girls and guns.
Yeah, some
it's
bangers.
all out, like, you playing that. And I'm like,
shit.
so now I'm standing in the corner and just, my wheels is just turning because like, rhyming in my head, like, oh shit. So now, so Polk and them coming in. Now Polk is in there, but they always like, Polk is the genius when it comes to track masters. Polk is the genius. He's the one, the technical stuff. He do all that. Tone is the rapper, right? I love a Tone. So he's the rapper.
Right.
He's the air. You know what I'm saying? So we get in there. So they like, yo, so Tone and so now everybody got the serious face. So yo, so let's hear something. I'm like, all right, bet. Put a beat on. So they like, yo kid, play the beat you was just playing. So Kid Capri play the beat. And it's funny because I tell Horse, I'm like, yeah, Horse said it. You know what I mean? Because that's the normal where I come from. It's like, I said it. Horse like, nah, it's your time. This is you. You know what I mean? Like, Horse like, no, this is you. This your time. Get busy. The rest is history. I round for like 3 days. They wouldn't let me leave.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about this
They
story.
went-
So you at the label.
Rhyming.
You rhyming on a beat by the legendary Kid Capri.
Yeah.
See, you bodying this track. What happens like right after that, at that exact moment?
Call his mother. Who's his legal guardian? Right now. No. I'm like, all right, cool. Good night. I got school in the morning. No.
Still right here.
Yeah, send a call for his mother. What's your address? Like, no. You staying in the city.
So you calling your mother.
Yeah, I'm like, Mom.
What's that conversation?
Like, it's like, Ma, you know, a car's gonna come get you, you know what I mean? Because these people won't let me leave. She's like, what? Who won't let you leave? I'm like, you know, people at, where we at? Oh, Sony. The people at Sony, they won't let me leave.
That's crazy.
Ask my brother, like, ask him who Trackmasters and all that is. And, you know what I mean? My brother, he know, you know what I mean?
You can explain it a little bit to
Yeah,
her.
like, what? First of all, who told you to leave the block?
First of all,
I'm like, no, we about to change our lives, and you leaving the block. What are you talking about?
Mom's ain't trying to
Yeah,
get
she's
you
like, I don't care about none of that.
Get your ass home.
First of all, yeah, you let me talk to Tone, whoever the fuck I gotta talk to, and ask them why they got you up there
Sounds
on
like
a
my
school
mother.
night.
On a school night, right?
So it was like, it was crazy. So,
This is a wild story.
yeah, so it was crazy. So after that, it was like, so now, car go get my mother, you know what I mean? We go to Spark Steakhouse. You know, we sitting there. So they like, listen. They explaining to my mother, like, listen, your child, like, your child, it's only, and this how Tone said, he said, look, it's only 2 people on the earth right now, as far as music, that's walking, that could even challenge his lyrical gifts, you know what I mean? And so he was like, you familiar with music? So my mom like, yeah, I love music. You know what I'm saying? My mother never heard me rhyme.
That was about to be my next question.
My mother never
she
heard
never
me
heard
rhyme.
it.
No, we would always walk the neighborhood. And everybody like, she would get 2 things. The old heads would be like they know my mother, so they be like, yo, Jack, you doing a hell of a thing with that boy right there. Very respectable young man.
Right.
And then everybody else would be like, your son is crazy. And I'm like, but I don't even know I don't even know what I'm holding on to. Tell you the truth, I don't even know. So then my mother say like, so they're like, who you listen to? And my mother was like, Big Daddy Kane. That's why I was like, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. So Tone would say, that's your son. That's who your son is. It's like your son are both of them, because your son has. So see what it is that most, like Tone said, most compare him to Nas. And it was crazy. We had a what's the name out. We had did an EPK, and on the EPK, if you see it, you see Tone say, no, he's Illmatic. Like he would call me Illmatic, only because he said he has a second gear. Like where he could rhyme, but then he could slow it down to where it's like, and just talk to you. It's not just like rhyming over your head and you get lost. He said, Ali has the way of checking the temperature of the room, and he'll slow it down and then bring you into his element and then start giving you knowledge. So he was like, that's why he always would say that. So it was like, my mother like, all right. So now we get, this is like day 2 or 3. So now my mother got to come up.
And just for context, what year exactly are we talking about?
This is like what? Probably like, it's like 9, 6, 9, 7, 9, 5, 9, 6, 9, 7, one of them. It's like in that range of time. Because after that, like they can't do, what we learned is that they can't do nothing with me.
Because of the age.
Because of the age. Which was, so now we have to go to court. You know what I mean? So like, I would have been signed at like 14, 15 years old. Like I would have been signed then. But they couldn't do it because we had to sit in the courts for years. So because of the Macaulay Culkin, so we had to sit. Our paperwork was sit.
You fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah, so we couldn't, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so that's what happened. So my mother's there. So now it's like everybody's coming because they're hearing about the young phenom. So everybody's coming in now. Like now you got everybody there. You know what I'm saying? So my mother's sitting there and she's like, so now she heard me rhyme for the first time. She started crying. She never heard me rhyme. She heard me like Mason, everybody was coming back for day 2 and day 3. Like, no, hold up, wait. You want to, is he coming? Yeah, I think he coming up here. Boom. And that was like, that's what it was. So my mother's looking like, everybody that's on my sister wall is here.
Crazy.
And they're going crazy over there, you know what I mean, over our son. Like, and that's when it was like, even then it was like, it was so real. And then LL checks me and was like, welcome to the lineage, welcome to the lineage, like welcome to this long list of
Queens.
That's the craziest part. Yo, welcome to the, and I said it on a round. I said, I remember when L sent a text to me. He said, welcome to this long living legacy. Run DMC showed me the recipe. Like, and that was all actual facts.
Actual facts. Wow. So we got the rule, we got the the situation where they can't sign you. So what happens from that period to eventually getting signed for you?
I mean, it was just like, it was just inevitable. You know what I mean? It was there. It was just working up. So what happened was this. My right hand man Sleep from my hood, where we used to always run together. You know, it was like, and it was crazy because everybody would always compare me and him to Nas and AZ. Like, it was like, that's how we would run. So, because of the chemistry. So we always made a pact, like, yo, if I get signed first, you get signed, because we not a group.
Right.
So it's like, if I get on, you
pull you in.
Yeah, 100%. So it was crazy because before I even anything, I was like, he's like, so can we do anything for you? Whatever. I'm like, yeah, you gotta sign my man Sleep. So Sleep is crazy because he's old enough to sign his own paperwork. So he actually was signed before me.
Wow.
Because he was old enough to sign his own paper. I said, yeah, you gotta sign Sleep. So I'm looking like, so now when I look back and I'm like,
pretty powerful move right there.
yeah, because they could like, what?
Right.
Take your little ass back to where you came from. So that's when I learned what leverage is. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, sign Sleep, and then we can move forward.
And how'd that work out for him?
He had a deal. He in the studio, you know what I mean? He in the studio working. He's on Trackmasters Columbia. Now we on the road.
Wow. So so you don't got your deal. Your band's popping.
Yeah, and we
you
on the road.
riding
I'm
out
on the
with him.
road. So I'm like, I'm on the road. Like,
So you getting the experience without
yeah.
without the deal.
Without this deal, it was still like yo, it's crazy because it's like, I'm not even signed and I'm a household name. I just left the block. You know what I mean? And I'm like, so now we on the Lyricist Lounge talk. You know what I mean? That's where I met like my man Wordsmith. You know what I mean? My man Punchline, like when I met, it was like, we on this Lyricist Lounge talk.
That was a poppin' time period.
It was crazy, especially for hip hop. For lyrics, it was nothing like it. You know what I mean? So now it's so crazy where it was just dope. And then it's like, I just had like a lot of like legendary people. Like, that's one of the most things I'm thankful for was like the coaching was so crazy every step of the way. You know what I mean? Like, Uncle Heb was like, that's what I'm saying. I'm walking out the door and Uncle Heb was pulling up in the Bulletproof 600, picking me up. Like, yo, come on, nephew, we out. And everybody on the block is like, because you know, they got the old heads coming out. They like, oh, is that Heavy D? Like, it's Uncle Heb to you. Uncle Heb,
respect due.
Yeah, he coming to the school like, yeah, I'm here to pick up my nephew. And they looking like, who's your nephew? You know what I mean? So now I'm still in school. So it's like, it was crazy. It was a crazy time. You know what I mean? Where it was like, everything was just so dope. You know what I mean? It was like, and they just couldn't understand how my mind was working. Like, it's like, and it was, the illest part is when you got a tough crowd. Like, I love tough crowd. Like, I love it when it's a tough crowd because it's like, wow, they don't even know.
Right.
They don't even know. So I like it when the crowd is like, my two toughest crowds I ever performed in front of was in the Bronx, at Jimmy's, and in Mississippi. Those were the two toughest crowds.
Bronx, I could relate to. Mississippi, I can't even imagine what the fuck was going on.
I'm telling you, like the Bronx, it was because Cuban Link was performing, and Cameron was performing. So you know in the Bronx,
yeah. Like that's like a home game for them.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's a home game.
So it was like, and I'm coming out there doing Queens Got Shit on lock, and it was so dope because I would tell DJ Absolute, watch how we kill him, because I would tell him like, yo, look, mix this with that. Like he like, nah, it ain't gonna work. I'm telling you it's gonna work. Nah, it ain't gonna work. I'm telling you it's gonna work. Try it. So, boom. We would do Queens Got Shit on lock, right? And I would go, we'd do Queens Got Shit on lock, wipe your feet. And then we in the Bronx, they looking at us like
Word.
And then like, I would say, I'd be like, I would look at them and say, fuck y'all mad at me for? Peter Guns is from here and he's saying it. And they'd stop and be like, I was like, you ain't gonna ride out with your man, he's saying it. And we'd be like, Queens Got Shit on lock. And they'd still be like, fuck out of here. And then when the verse dropped,
right,
we would switch the beat and Juicy would come in.
Ooh, man.
Dope. And then I'm rhyming, they like, fuck it.
Ride with it.
Fuck it, Bobby. Primo. And now they on it and we rocking. So it was like, it was so ill. That was like those. And then Mississippi was so tough because it was like, they looking like, we want Bootsy. And I was like, and that's what I'm saying, like, his power hold down there is so crazy.
Wow.
Because it's like, and I would be like, they don't even know. So what happens is like, I would have to turn the music me off.
Right.
I would turn the music me off and be like, you know what? So that's what always saved me on anything as far as music. Because if it was a tough crowd, I would turn the music me off and be like, fuck the music. I know if I met you in the street, you're going to love me as a person.
Right.
So now I'm going to give you me. So that's why I always would do the conversational round. Where it's like, hey, I'm going to give you me. And by that time, it's like, I don't give a fuck about you guys.
Right.
You know, if you got females in front of me,
right,
I'll be all right. I'll work with this part of the seat. And then it'll spread out.
Performing, you know, before the wave of the internet, like that performing ability was so vital.
Yeah.
And you got it at such an early age. How did that kind of help shape you growing forward?
I mean, it was everything. Performing it was everything. Like, and it was crazy because when I like, if I don't get butterflies, it's like I don't want to do it.
Nah, you gotta have that excitement.
I'm getting butterflies, like, oh shit. I call Uncle Heb, I'm like, yo, rest in peace, Uncle Heb. I'm like, yo, Uncle Heb, how do I get rid of butterflies? Go take a shit. Go take a shit. Facts. We was in Atlanta, and I'm like, we in Atlanta. My first show on the road. We in Atlanta, and I'm like, I got butterflies like a motherfucker. Uncle Have, I'll get rid of the butterflies. We'll take a seat. Oh, ever since then, I said, okay, now I know how to get rid of the butterflies.
Wow.
We just rock out.
So if y'all listening, you're nervous, go take a shit.
100%. I recommend it.
But whatever you do, wipe your ass and wash your hands, though.
100%. Take a bucket with you to the joint. Make sure you take some wipes with you. But yeah, no, that's what and then it was just like, so now it's like wow, like this kid is, I'm a kid on the Lucius Lounge tour and then R. Kelly tour. These tours where it's like.
I'm gonna leave the R. Kelly tour shit alone. I'm gonna leave that alone.
No, I mean, it's
you wasn't part of that side of the tour.
Nah, I mean, we always it was just, that's what it was. He was just a big attraction.
But thinking back, having been on the tour, and now seeing and hearing all the allegations, alleged shit that happened, because I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like thinking back, like does anything strike you to be like, oh, wow, okay.
I mean.
That makes sense. I see it now, I understand. Like.
I mean, like for me, it was like, anytime it was, you know what I mean, it was grown women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like grown women. Like, they would always, like, it's so crazy. When I'm on the road, I'm so much about my business of the road where it's like everybody know, everybody know. Like, 8, 9 o'clock, we shutting it down. Sleep is done for, so you telling everybody, I gotta get out. I'm in the room with, I got the brush in front of the mirror. Like, nah, we gotta go. We here for a business. We here for a purpose. They gotta know, so everything gotta be tight. So while everybody playing around, so it's so funny because like when I would tell like that's what I do, like my cousin be like, whatever, I know you getting crazy on the road. Like, no, it's a business. I'm here with them. I'm trying to come back by myself. So I gotta make this first impression count. So when we go on the road now, they on the road with me and they see like,
you handling your
yeah, they
shit.
be like, yo, babe, come on, we out. I'm like, no, y'all go have fun. I don't want to stop y'all fun. Y'all have fun.
Right.
I got a job to do. But everybody knows, they know my role. The plane, the bus, it only cares if I'm on it. So if I'm on it,
y'all don't show, y'all late.
yeah. Like my twins, I mean, they've always been on the road with me. They know, like one time they missed, they had to divert to somewhere else, meet us somewhere else because they look like, they don't really care if I'm on it. Once I'm on it, like look, I could be late, but I'm not gonna be late.
But y'all definitely can't be late.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's what that's how I am. Like when they come to the road, like I don't play like that. That's it. I shut it down at a certain time. We got business now.
So talk to me a little bit about like entering into the mixtape game, and how that impacted your influence on the game and your career.
I mean, it's mixtapes, you know, like you hear them, like the Clues and the Cutmaster C's, and you like, fuck a billboard, fuck a radio, I want to be on that.
That's the Hot 100.
I want to be on Jamaica Avenue, Canal Street.
Fulton.
Yeah, I want to be on that. Like, I want to be there. Yeah. So it's like, that's what made it ill. Like, it was like, oh yeah, I got a beat, get right. I'm like, all right, watch this.
And so at that time period, are you recording your own joints and sending them, or they hooking up the sessions you doing?
Yeah,
live
I'm coming to the
with them?
sessions with them. You know what I mean? I'm coming to the sessions with them, like, you know, cutting them, setting up sessions and all that stuff. So it was like, let's get right. And me is like, I can freestyle on the spot like that. Nobody could think faster than me. So I think so quick. It's like, oh shit, it's done.
So how do we go from you being the young prodigy at the label to being on the road, getting all of this, I guess, this love with it from all of the, you know, guys that's in the game already, to you entering the mixtape game, to now you got beef with other artists, DJs. How does that happen?
I mean, if you say the beginning of your conversation, if you say the beginning of the statement, then the answer's right there.
Shit. Alright, so
I'm the prodigy of the label.
right,
Now I'm not even signed yet,
right,
but I'm on the road doing shows and getting love and all this stuff.
right.
Then lies the problem.
Too much love.
Yeah, it's like an American Gangster. How the fuck is he sitting in front? How does he got better seats than me? You know what I mean, what the cop said about Frank
Who's he
Lucas?
think he is?
Yeah, who is he think
He is.
You see what I'm saying? How does he got better seats than me? That's what I'm saying, like where it was like,
And he became a target from that point, that moment on.
yeah, it's like, see, when people know where something is going before you know, it's easy for them to get to the spot.
Right.
So what happens is, if they see like, damn, this business is about to become like this. Okay, now, I'm half their age. I round better than the ones that are not better. I go toe to toe with them. So like, the thing about it is nobody else could challenge the ring but me. So any of the kings, nobody could challenge their ring. Because regardless of who it is, whether it's a Lil Wayne, a J. Cole, a Drake, they're not from here.
Right.
So
It's
they
a
can't.
different
So you
thing.
can't really claim here.
Right.
But they look at it like when I came, it was like, no, he's from here, and he will give us everything that we can handle. And he's half our age, so it's like if he gets to that, everything we hold near and dear is gone. But I wasn't even on it like that.
Right.
But that's how they look at it. Like if he get to the TV, Nike gonna say, no, we on him. We can sell him.
Right.
It's much easier to sell him. And he don't smoke, he don't drink, he don't do none of that. So now, it's no risk. That's all profit. Because we ain't got to worry about getting that phone call and fucking up our product.
Right.
We ain't got to worry about
That's
that.
a big deal.
So it was like, what can we do? So it was more like, so we got to stop him from getting to the masses. And Mr. Butch would always teach me that. So he would say, look, if somebody trying to beat you to the spot, let him.
Have it.
He said, let him beat you to the spot. Because no matter what, the people still gonna need you. He said, the people still gonna need you. He said, but the one thing you have to do, only thing that's left on you, is to preserve yourself so you outlast them. You see, now what happens is, what they didn't understand is that, and what he taught me with like when he taught me, like looking at like Malcolm and them, he said, you know what happens is this. See, what they should have did was let you pass. Because if they let you pass, now you part of their time.
Right.
He said, but now, if they don't let you pass, you become part of another generation. So now what happens is, you start raising their kids. So now, they at your mercy. Because now you know what I mean? So now what I'm saying now is that, say they got, they got their kids. Biggest rappers, so now they got kids. So now their kids is left in the hands of this foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Instead of, because even though you got others that rap, they not me. They don't have the ability to say, nah, what you doing? And I could back it up. So when I say like, nah, like if I tell a youngin', that's why the youngins listen to me. If I tell a youngin', like, nah, we don't do that. Put that bottle down. Youngin' gonna listen to me because I can back it up with facts, and I don't do it. And I can tell them stories the way like, why I'm telling them not to do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's different to where it's like, I'm a person that practices it too. So I don't just preach it, I'm practicing it. So I'm in it with you. So they like, so now their kids is at the mercy of this foolishness. And now they like how Jay said, 10 years from now they're gonna wish it was a Jay-Z. So now it's like, now look.
You know, yeah, like where we at.
I'm not gonna last forever. I'm gonna outlast y'all.
So eventually you do sign with the label.
Mm-hmm.
98.
Yeah, like Yeah, 98.
And you working on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that process and what's where you at with it. And
Oh,
I know it was highly anticipated.
no, see, it was crazy that I learned the most. I learned the most then was because, like, if my manager at the time, if they just knew, cause they had it all. Because look, we had our own studio facility. So like, that's why records today, like I got a whole bunch of records, but like Trackmasters, like Columbia, they didn't know what records they owned because we had a whole bunch of records. All we had to do was turn in 10.
Right.
So just say if they paid for 1,000 records, you know what I mean? They only know the 10 that they get because we had our own facility. So we had our own facility. So he had me, then he had the production. I mean, my man Chop Diesel, they was always thinking they always thought whenever they heard us, they always thought it was Nas and Primo.
Wow.
Chops made the specialist. You know what I mean? They always thought it was like, so you sitting on that, and instead of you, like, you're supposed to parlay that into something bigger than just worrying about a check. No, you're supposed to get the whole farm.
Right, that's a fact.
But it's like, they didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't understand it. So that's why I'm the way I am now. It's like, no. You build it, they gonna come. So that's how it was. We signed a label now. We bringing records, and they're like, John Pope is going, Columbia's going crazy. That's why when the deal fell through and Trackmasters got released, when the deal fell through and Trackmasters got released, that's why Tommy called me back. Like, no, we gonna try this, because he wanted to keep me, but I didn't want to sign directly to the label, because I was like, you know what? Let me do kid stuff. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm 14, 15, 16, 17. Everybody going to the movies, doing shit like that. I'm in four walls with no window or nothing. Just putting in work. That's all I know. Work, writing. So I'm sitting there writing with Left Eye. I'm sitting there writing with Fifth. I'm writing with Cold. This is what I'm doing. You know, so it's like, they like, damn, you just went to the movies. I just wrote a hit for Left Eye. So, you know, that's my mother motto, you know, this is what I live by. My mother motto is money on the table, fuck what's on cable.
Heard you.
Because whoever you watching, they already got their money.
That's a fact.
You better go get yours.
Get yours. And
that's what it's always been. So it's like, if it's between the movies or going, you know, hanging out with friends or going, I'm going to put in this work.
So you working on the album though, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first album, Generation Gap,
mm-hmm.
right? So now the story or the understanding that I have on it is you had an opportunity or you were looking to do a record with Rakim and Nas on the album?
Yeah.
Is that a true story, right?
Yeah, true story. I wanted to do Generation Gap because that was it. Generation Gap. I'm compared to him, he's compared to him.
Right.
So I'm just like.
And who came up with the idea to do the record?
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah, I've always been a genius when it comes to that. Like, that's me. Like, I think of, you say, yo, I got a company, I need an idea for a name, something like that's me. I'm like, let's do this. So I was like, because I got everybody else on the album.
Right.
I got AZ, I got Capone, like I got like these, all my big brothers from me. Like, you know what I mean? From Queens.
And you mentioned you were already, you know, prior riding around with AZ and things like that.
P.I.
Right.
So that was what I'm saying, my guys. And
so even though AZ and Nas had a link, you had your own link with AZ.
Yeah, $500,000.
$500,000.
These are my, so everybody else is on the album. Nature, like we on the road, like me and Nate, like we on the road, like so it was like. So now it's like okay, the cap off the album.
Yeah,
like,
put a bow on this whole album. We gonna do this and it'll be legendary. So Rakim agrees to do the record.
Yeah, I was with, you know what I mean?
Which is special because Rod didn't really do records with
anybody.
anybody.
With nobody. But I had the right people that knew the right people. You know what I mean? And it's like, I need you to do this record with me. No, whatever. You know what I mean? He the youngin got a head on his shoulders. He ain't on no ignorant shit, whatever. Cool, I could deal with it, you know. Then it was like, all right, cool, let's get us one. I'm the highest paid.
It's an R&B budget.
Yeah,
we can make it happen.
Like, it's because of him. That's like me. My thing is like that's always been my thing. Like I don't run from it. Like I recognize it. They giving me this because of you. This I know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
they're looking at me like I could be
this
you or better.
Yeah, because what it is that it's just like if the next Michael Jordan come, right? So when the next Michael Jordan come, they say, oh, we know what to do with him. Because we got the blueprint. We did it with Mike. We know what to do with him. All right, cool.
Kobe. And then you get Kobe.
Yeah, so, okay, let's put this guy with him, surround him with this. Phil, you're going to coach. This. We know what to do with him. So this is what I'm saying. So when they seen that, it was like, oh, we know what to do with him. So everything was just there. It was like, it was just classical. So it was like to put the bow on it. But it was cool, you know, like I said.
So he drove the prices up and then basically...
Yeah, but I don't, you know, the thing about it was, like that's what I always say. When I tell people, like when people like, you got a problem, I'm like, no. Like Nas is always like, it's like a big brother. But the thing about it was, my only problem was that if you got, like, so if it's something that like the track masters or whatever, if they reneged on something, you know what I mean? My thing is, you know how to have, you know what I mean? Like, you know I ain't have nothing to do with it. Or something like that. You got, so it's like, you the older guy. You supposed to be like, yo, son.
What you want?
Yeah, this is what's, like A did. Like A was like, yo, listen. These guys are gonna move funny. That person's gonna act like that. That person's gonna act like that. So if you don't hear it from me, we cool. So just like that. So that's why me and A, it was always like, that's it. Like A come, we shoot dice and all that. And just because it was always, if somebody be like, yo, you know, like, so if I see like, if I'm walking out of the building and I be like, yo, hey, what up? And I see A speed off or whatever. And then when I'm like, damn, son sped off. And if somebody be like, yeah, nah, son ain't fucking with you. I always remember him saying, son, you don't hear it from me. It ain't true. So I would never hold it against him. So then I would wait till the next time we see each other and A be like, what up, what? But no, son, you sped off on me. But no, I wasn't speeding off on you. I
was speeding off.
That's what I'm saying. So like, cause he the older guy, so he supposed to. He owed me that to be like, yo, son, I know you ain't. That's why on the co-signing, that's why A be like, yo, come to the table, man. A lot of crab shit, a lot of, like, that's why he say that. This is all truthful conversation. I'm like, yo.
Great record.
Thanks. But that's what I'm saying. But that's what it, because it's all truthful, like, where he's like, yo, this is what it is. And I'm like, so that's the only thing, like, where it's like, where I faulted. It's just like, you the older guy. You supposed to school a young guy. Like, yo, son, look, these motherfuckers is moving like that. This is how this supposed to go. It ain't against you.
Right.
It ain't on you. I don't fuck with them.
You know, I kind of compared it in a similar fashion, obviously different circumstances, but to Mace and Cameron, because there was a situation where, Mace wanted to charge him for the record, and he was trying to explain to him, nah, this is just the politics of the game.
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
This is not, it's not personal, but this is how the game goes.
Yeah,
we're gonna flip it, and then you come back around.
Because they got that money.
They got the money, so let me get it.
I'm gonna charge 50.
Right.
I'll give you 20.
Right.
You ain't even gonna get the 20. Like, I'll give you 20. Cause that's something you ain't even gonna see, but I'm gonna charge them 50, cause that's the label money.
Right.
They gonna charge you for that anyway. You might not even see that, so cut that. I bet.
And when I looked at it, I kind of, saw that it was like room for that kind of opportunity.
Yeah, it was like that's all it was. It was like that's what I said. It's just that. That's the whole thing. It's like, yo, like. So to God.
After this experience and not really getting a chance to get the record, then did you guys ever get a chance to build on it at a later point in time, or nah?
As that's one thing. That's me. That's how I am. Where it's like
Forwards forever.
yeah, like I don't look back. It's no love lost or nothing or none of that. It's just cool. I understand, and that's it. But I don't. That's me. Like I have so much fun pressing the delete and block button. Like I love that.
Nah, that block shit is
That's
tough.
what I'm saying. I have so much fun doing that. Like I have no like me. I won't come. It's no competition. It's like no, it's cool. We good. I just peace. You out of my life. We don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to exist in my life.
That's a fact. That level of peace allows you to just move forward
That's it.
and do everything else you gotta do. Because it's a lot more than just the music game.
That's why I always tell people that I always tell people it's not about the music is just the conversational piece.
Right.
But what we do outside of that is what makes the bond strong. Like, you know what I mean? Like my man D, like we chillin', like we do like this music. We meet on music, but it's like he like yo Veg, he like damn. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to a baseball game. He like, I ain't never been to like a Met game or whatever. I'm like, oh, we going. And it's like, once I tell my word on it, like if I tell you my brother, you my brother, that means that, see what happens is some people think because you brothers, you don't have to go through nothing. Like no, once I tell you my brother, you my brother. And I explain that. We might go through stuff, but being that I'm telling you when I'm calling you my brother, that means we're going to work it out and get through it.
You get through it.
Yeah, like, so when I tell you my brother and I invite you in, that's it. You my brother. Like, as long as you don't take it out, like, listen, it might go through where you don't pick up the phone for me, or I might not pick up the phone for you at a time. Like, all right, cool, but don't always know that. If you don't hear it from me, I ain't say it.
Jules.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how we move. So everybody around me belong around me.
So, I mean, I know at this time, like, you know, you had the record with, you know, with Nas, you were trying to get done, and Rakim, that didn't pan out. And then, you know, I mean, we got Fab, we got DJ Clue. Like, how does this shit start? Like, with these, we'll call them beefs in quotations.
Oh yeah, no, that's just music. It's music. You know what I mean? It's music. Music is very territorial.
True that.
You know what I mean? So it was just, you know, conversation that, it was a conversation that was had where, it was just a conversation that was had where it was like, okay, cool. We want to sign you, but we want you to do this or do that. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. It's no problem. I'm cool on that. You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem with you, I have no problem with you, I have no problem with you, but I'm cool on that. So, you know, sometimes people take no, you know what I'm saying?
That's a problem.
Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, it's no problem. But then once you start sending shots, and I know it's for me, then
yeah, we gotta talk back.
Yeah, because like it's crazy because I know, like, this is me. Like, I know it's no rapper that could lyrically fuck with me, and I won't ever say that. I would just display it, and I won't even display it. I won't have to display it directly. Like, you can just put us in a room, and then you will see the difference of,
Throw the beat on.
like, wow, this how he works. This how he, like, you would see it. You know what I mean? Like, and it would be like, wow, I get it. You know what I mean? So that was that, and then it was just, you know, things was being said, and I was on my Martin Luther King for a minute. It was like, oh, don't worry about it, okay.
Right.
Keep marching forward.
I hear you.
But then I'm like, sometimes the Malcolm X just come out of me, and it's like, any means necessary.
How'd you hook up with Vic Damone?
I mean, that's my guy. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's outside of music.
Right.
Like, outside of music, like, we hanging in 40 all day, breaking day, going to the diners, coming in the house 6 in the morning, just regular street
A hard night at work.
Yeah, just regular street shit. Like, that's my people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all just on the block. You know, like I said, I was just with me. But that's how they
Y'all had some fire
Yeah, we
had
just
some
go-
fire on the mixtape
Yeah,
game back
that's
then.
my guy. Like, you know, we were always. That's me. Like, if it was up to me, everybody would work together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was up to me, everybody would work together.
Now I'm just now like circling back, hearing joints online that I heard many years ago on actual mixtapes.
Still stand up.
And it should still stand up. And I'm seeing niggas in the comments like, oh, these niggas is talking shit about Stacks Bundles. I know this shit ain't after he died. I'm like, no, y'all niggas obviously wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because you know this was real live action.
Yeah, like, I just, probably a few months ago, I was just on FaceTime with Stack Pops. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like, the media.
Blow the shit way out of proportion.
Yeah, it's not even that. Like, we was a group at one point, like, putting the mixtape out together. You know, like.
You and Stacks?
Yeah, me, Stack, Bino, and Sleep. Like, we was doing the mixtape. You know, that was like, it was just like, it was just regular lyrical squad.
Right.
That's why I always say on my records, I always show them love. I always show Stack love. Like, even on the joint I got with me and Reek, it's like, about that, they about to reopen the tunnel for me. I'm about to ask God to bring back Stack Bundles for me. Because ain't no competition, right? And in my composition, like, I always show them love. I'm always showing love. Like,
Now you mentioned Reek.
yeah,
I was anticipating this Reek Ali project.
yeah.
I didn't put no pressure on, but where we stand with that?
I'm in the gym. My baby brother.
I already know.
Yeah. See, I'm in the lyrical gym.
I heard
My
you.
baby brother's in the physique gym. You understand?
He stay in that gym for sure.
Yeah, he getting bigger, I'm getting iller. Whenever he
He ready? We go down.
Yeah, but that's all. I'm gonna keep
I'm
going.
gonna talk to him.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep
shooting.
Yeah, he gon' so that way it's like he gonna come right there, but be there. But that's what I'm saying. Where it's like the music don't make our bond.
Right.
So
Bond
it's like
is the bond.
yeah, like he could do that.
Right.
He could do that, and I'm gonna keep doing this, and he be like, yo, alright, I'm ready. Alright, cool, let's go. That's what I'm saying. It won't be like, nah, man, you took your time. I'm about to take my time. No, it's like, alright, come on, baby, bro, let's go. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the Williams Brothers.
Williams Brothers.
Yeah.
I saw that online when you guys had that cipher. That
I told him that, and that
Shit.
was, it was crazy how that all worked out. Like, traffic that night made it all work out. We both was late because of traffic. We was late for our plan, but on time for God's plan.
True
You know what I'm
that.
saying? Because that's how we all met each other, right there. Like, we all late, and we got the chance to all build with each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. Like,
So 2018, 2019, you connected with E. Sherman. Like, what's your relationship with him? I mean, how and when did you guys meet, and what's led up to you guys working together now?
I mean, my peoples, my man Menza, Mickey Knox, and my man Jamie, like my peoples that, like E, who do it, they like doing the streaming channel. Like those are my peoples. Like I always call E, like E is like the Lakers, right? And like Menza and them is like clutch sports. Like they really running the Lakers because they got the commodity. They got
Rob
LeBron.
Pelinka, who?
Yeah, they got LeBron, so they really like, look, give me him. So it's like that. So we like, I came over there with my people, you know, because he was talking to them, and he like, yo, look, so I guess my man Menza was like, yo, I'm about to call Vague. He was like, so he was like, what Vague? Like, I'm about to go, Vague, Ali Vegas. He's like, oh, you know Ali Vegas? Men's like, yeah, that's my man, like my man, like, yo, Vague, what up? I'm like, it's good, you know what I mean? And so then after that, I came over there with him. Like, whatever you want to do. So I guess, like, when I'm around, that's what I'm saying, like, that's what the whole Queens Long Island thing was really about, was because whenever I'm around, I challenge E. You know what I mean? Like, E always walk out, you're not smarter than me, babe. It's always we challenge each other. So that's what makes it fun. That's why when I put the little clip up where we vibing in the studio, like,
Right.
like I'm a producer's like best friend because there's nowhere I can't go. So when he's doing the beat, it's like, oh, here go an idea for it. Like everybody can't do that. There's
Right.
nowhere I can't go. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the bond became. So now it's just like, yeah. I just like with E, it's like everybody just they do what they do. It's just family shit.
I thought when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is like with what he's doing with the Def Squad,
Mm-hmm.
Going heavy with the whole streaming online
Mm-hmm.
direction, and I thought it was a good fit,
Mm-hmm.
because I hadn't really heard a lot of new stuff, but then as I'm doing more research, I'm like, yeah, this is making sense. Like kind of like you have a real core, following,
Mm-hmm.
people that have been riding with you,
Mm-hmm.
and he obviously has the same thing. And now when you can be independent and have the control and not have to be at the mercy of the labels and a lot of the other fuckery that comes with the game,
That's it.
it's a better balance.
Control your dollars. That's what you gotta do. Control your dollars. You know what I mean? If you control your dollars, can't nobody control you.
Yeah. So, and speaking of controlling you, there's always been this whole like mystical, question about the Illuminati and hip hop and the music
Mhm.
business and so forth. Some people talk about it, some people don't. I saw an interview where you did speak on it a little bit.
Go.
What's your understanding, and what's your take on the Illuminati and its impact, on the rap game specifically?
I mean, you could just look at it. Whatever controls us, they want to control. So it's like, like I said, it's always like even when it was drugs, they always give us something, right? They always give us something, and then wait for us to turn it into something. Like they always try to give us the worst thing, and we turn it into the best thing. So like oxtail.
Pig feet.
Yeah, like they try to give us the worst stuff, and we turn it into
Hot sauce on it.
we turn it into a delicacy. So they gave us when they gave us drugs, it was always cool until they started doing it. So now it's like now we got hip hop. Now it's like then now it's like CB4. Once it got into their living room, whoa,
You gotta get rid of this
whoa,
shit.
whoa, we gotta control this. You know what I mean? And then it's like, oh, let's control it. So now we only gonna let the ignorant stuff on there.
Right.
We're not letting all the other stuff on. We're gonna let the ignorant stuff on there. So when they did that, so that's why I say like, of course it's government. The one thing Mr. Bush told me is that the government gonna do what the government do. You take care of what you gonna do.
Bush 1 and 2.
Yeah, because the government, that's what I was saying. That's what Mr. Bush told me. He said the government gonna do government things. You can't stop the government from doing government things. You just gotta do what you do and make sure everything is in order. You play their game. You don't walk into, it's cool. You don't gotta walk into a white court with a black lawyer. You don't do that. You walk into a white court with a white lawyer.
If you want to increase your odds.
It's just like anything. It's just like that's the thing. What they do is they play on our moral code to work it against us. But they not. You walking into a white courtroom with a white lawyer is no difference from them sending a black man in to go buy your black business. They're not gonna send a white man to talk to you.
Send a representative.
Yeah,
They're gonna give him
They're not
2%.
They're not gonna send. That's what I'm saying. The Russian not gonna come to Brooklyn. He gonna send Jay-Z to Brooklyn. They say, yo, look, we're gonna build a Barclays and it's gonna be good for everybody. Cool.
That's exactly how it went down.
But that's what I'm saying. So like we be too afraid to play their game with them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We be too afraid to play their game. We can't be afraid to play their game.
We gotta just think smarter.
Yeah, that's why Derek Jeter was so ill. As soon as the white man started coming after Derek Jeter, he put his. You ain't even know Derek Jeter mom was white.
Well,
No, but I'm just saying
a
to
lot
the
of people
average
probably
person,
didn't.
yeah, until that tax problem came, leave my son alone. That was such a smart move.
Nah, he put her in front of the camera.
That's
Mom, talk to these white people.
and where that went. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Under the table real
That's
quick.
what I'm trying to tell you. You don't play. It's nothing wrong with playing their game.
How'd you get the name Ali Vegas?
I mean, I used to always go to Las Vegas because my dentist was always out there. Rest in peace, Dave Chapman. So I would always go to Las Vegas. You know what I mean? And he was like the illest, the biggest, like one of the biggest boosters out there. Like that's why I like the UNLV and all that. So when we would go out there, I would always go out there. So when we go out there, like, yeah, I'd be on the crap table, everything. I'm young. I ain't even supposed to be in this casino. But we on the crap table and everything. And he's like, you know what? So now we riding back from Vegas going to California. And it was crazy because he had the Champagne 750 I. This is back then. This is before the different shapes. This was like the regular joint. Oh, the Champagne joint we ride through the desert, bumping Phil Collins. You know what I mean? Like, and he was like, you know what? Like, I'll see you tomorrow, Ali Vegas. That's what we're gonna call you, Ali Vegas.
Wow.
That's how I went.
From the dentist.
That's it, Ali Vegas. Because I was always in Vegas. Ali, I was always in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, and after that, it was a live, intelligent, very exclusive, gifted, artistic scholar.
That's it. So the name had to born something.
Yeah, had to.
That's a fact. So listen, I know you don't do a lot of interviews, so I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. Interviews, like I don't even call them interviews. Like
Conversation.
this is conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
And we never met before, so
Nah,
this
is all conversation. That's
Absolutely.
what I'm saying. Like,
So tell me about your thoughts. I'm a DJ. DJ Shuttle. Right. So I always for me it's always important to know how an artist feels about the role of the DJ past and present. What's your thoughts on the role of DJs and you know how do you value the DJs past and present?
I mean, I always value the DJ. Like if you ask every rapper in a truthful moment, they want to be a DJ. They admire DJs. Like in a truthful moment. That's why we all want to put the little headphone like that. We all we all want to cut up.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot.
But that's what I'm saying. This is what we talk. But that's what we do. We value I mean, I can't speak for everybody. I know I always value the DJ. You know what I mean? Because the DJ is the one that's like, yo, he's the one giving the introduction.
Right.
But I think now the DJ is so commercialized. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, it's with everything. You know, as things get bigger,
Shit changes.
but my thing is it's just human beings in general. Supposed to always keep the wheel turning. So it's like if you reaching for something higher, bring somebody in to take your spot.
Right.
Replace you. It's okay. Replace you. Give them your replacement before they replace you.
That's a super fact.
You understand? Like I know a guy that was a super. Before he knew, you know what? Man, I ain't got that much time. You know what? Let me start. Look, I need my son to take over for me.
My little man is 9. I took him to a gig with me yesterday.
That's the thing.
Learn how to do the wires, do the connections.
That's what you're supposed to teach him.
By 11, 12 years old, he'd be able to do a setup by himself.
That's the thing. You teach him.
Cause I can't do this shit forever.
But but that's what I'm saying. Now he got his own earning potential.
And you see, when he say, yo, Pops was going to work,
That's what I'm saying.
he see what the work is.
But he know. But that's it. You give him earning potential. That's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like I could give you here. Like I'll tell my younger brother every time. Everybody know. I'm like, there, I can get here. Here goes some money. I always tell my brother, tired of asking me for money? Let me show you how to get you. Let me show you how to get yours. Here go a lawnmower and a snowblower. You'll never have to ask anybody for nothing again.
Right.
Here, and this is what you do. Put your crew on. Here, there you go. I'll what's the name? I'll print the papers up, put the number on there for them to call you. Yeah, set it up. They have the Gmail, everything. They gonna knock out yards after yards because people are hitting. People are hitting like, yo, look, yeah, I'm on such and such. I'm on Springfield and da 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 da. Can you send a crew to da? I'm showing them how business works. Yeah, eat. That's the thing. I'm trying to show them stuff like that. That's what we don't teach. They took that out of school, so now we got to teach it. Like I teach them agriculture. I teach them here. This is how you grow. Like they know here. This is how you grow. You grow. I show them how to grow tomatoes, zucchini, watermelon.
So you're a farmer too?
Yeah, I show agriculture. You have to. You have to learn how to
grow what you eat.
Yeah, that's it. You have to learn how to live off the land.
That's on my bucket list for next summer or next spring.
I'm telling you, like this is gonna be, because you don't know where it's going. So what you gotta do is, grab your own.
So this is what keeps you looking so young.
That's it. I mean, you know, I don't.
No drugs, no drinking.
Nah, never.
Eating healthy.
That's all the time.
Well, see, I'm on my water.
You got to.
I'm on my
Tell
water.
me, the sugar in the dairy is what gets you.
That's
If
fact.
you limit that, you'll be alright. And I don't eat out. I cook every night. I don't eat out. You know what I mean? I don't eat fast food. I cook every night, so I know how my food is prepared. I know it's soaking in vinegar. I know it's getting clean.
We gotta get the Ali Vegas cooking show.
I mean,
Why not?
That's coming.
It's coming?
Yeah.
It needs to come.
Yeah, because I mean, most, like my right hand man, Steve Guthrie, he's a chef, cooking with Corey. Like, he's a chef. That's why sometimes you see me post it where I go help him out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I go help him out where he doing his joint. Like, you know, like.
I mean, like, you seem like incredibly intelligent, and hearing the music, I'm not surprised at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you have your hands in on outside of music right now? I mean, you don't gotta tell me everything, but
No. I mean, regular, you know, stuff that people think is so unreachable is right there. Stocks, stuff like that, like
right.
it's right there.
That stocks is definitely important. But like anything like products, services, anything like that.
Yeah, I mean that's why I got my own. It's crazy because I got the website going, and you know, celebrities do what everyone everywhere believes in. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you want to become a celebrity, then become a dweeb. So just start doing what everyone everywhere will believe in.
I saw it online, and I was trying to, what is this dweeb?
Yeah, like why does it say keep dweebing?
What is this dweeb?
So
I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I'm pretty good at code and breaking shit down, but I couldn't get it.
Because it's nothing to get.
Right.
That's what, you know what I mean? Because it's like here, like it's just here. Keep dweebing. Keep doing what like.
That's the phone call. That's done.
We was talking about that before we even got on the joint.
All right.
Like, I ain't, you know.
Got you. All right, so we got the cooking shows coming, websites coming,
Yeah.
Clothing line, T-shirts. We out here dweebing.
Yeah.
Give me all the way up to date with the most current release on the music.
We just released Jerry Temple.
Got that. Just got that.
Which, you know, features my man Dio. You know what I mean? Just call him Dio. You know?
Yeah, just call me Dio.
Yeah, just call him Dio.
Yeah. I just got that this week.
Yeah, we got that. That's the latest joint, and the Black Mamba joint.
Which I just got this week too.
Yeah, I just dropped the Black
with BP.
Mamba. Yeah, BP. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, I got records.
Nah, I see. So I got the Serato Flamers playlist I put out with essentially just independent artists, and I, you know, that'll definitely be included on the next one dropping in 2 weeks.
That's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm doing on the RealityVegas.com. When I release it, you know, it's gonna be that. Like I have like webinars where I teach like timing, how to write rhymes, how to not have to write rhymes.
We need some rap coaches out here.
But that's what I do.
Some of these niggas is off beat,
Yeah,
and that makes my ears hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do on my website. That's what I'm gonna do though. Is like I teach them like how to walk through a daily, you know, day. Like where it's like if you got a studio session on Friday, I show them how to prep from Tuesday to Thursday. So that way when Friday come,
This shit is incredible and overdue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not.
This is incredible and overdue.
Yeah, I'm not playing with them.
You know, like I'll make the story as short as possible. I was a rap artist. I was signed on Tiny Boy. That whole Lyricist Lounge era and time, I was actually on that tour at one point in '98.
That was it.
And like that time period, right? Like I went through the struggle of being an artist and not having my record come out because the politics of the label and all of that, right? So I'm saying all that to say, like I've been through the politics of the label business to know what it's like to deal with it. So I feel comfortable speaking about now when it's the do-it-yourself era. It's kind of like a plus and a minus.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was good in an era when you had some policing people to tell you, nah, shorty, we gotta, you know, shorten the verse.
Yeah.
The hook need to do this or so forth and so on. Now niggas just record themselves, just throw it out. And while there's a plus to that,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know, there's still like a lack of mentorship and shit like that. Like I had mentors, just like you know, you have people that were fucking with you.
Yeah, because nobody is there to tell you like no. Don't say it. Just say I.
Right.
Like that's a key component.
Don't say I. Just say
Yeah,
say it.
That's what I'm saying. But like those are key components. And something simple like that
It changes the flow.
could go from So it's like, so you know, like sometimes, especially lyrical people, you get in your own way.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? You get in your own way, and you'll be like, damn.
And you know, from working in the corporate world, so I work in corporate too, and when I have to reread, proofread shit that I'm doing for presentations and executives, it's just made me that much more, you know, thoughtful and watchful with how you use the words too.
Yeah, because sometimes, see, what happens is people always think, it's just because, like, they always think something negative. Like, so when you in corporate, what you learning is something that you probably lack in the
As an
hustle.
MC.
Yeah, you know what I mean? In the hustle. So when you learn in corporate, now you know, like, oh shit, I apply this to my hustle. Well, these motherfuckers is in trouble.
Absolutely.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I always try to tell people. Like people don't understand. Like most people, like it's so crazy where, even if you look back to when I did the $500,000 documentary, when you look on that joint, it was so funny because when I was looking at it, it's like seeing myself. It's like I was laughing. So, but even if you look at that, they say, yo, Veg, so if music don't work out, what you gonna do? And I said, on that joint, that's like 15, 17 years ago. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to school or work. I'm not gonna be in jail. Like,
that's a fact.
So that's what I tell, but they don't teach the youngins that.
Right.
That's why I always say the dweeb, like, it's okay to be like, to do what you need to do. But some people don't teach that. Like, no. You could be cool just by being you. I always told my little brother and them that when they was growing up. I said, look, man.
You ain't gotta be me.
Nah, you could be you. Like, she's like, at the end of the day, I always tell them, the person you call a nerd,
Be the one you be working for, some shit.
they gon' fuck the same girls you trying to fuck.
So they gonna have that bag.
Yeah. So eventually, they gonna still get to like. So, if you the nerd, man, that's why I said on the record, I'm like, knowledge receiver, follow the leader. I said follow the leader. Nah, knowledge receiver, follow the nerd. That's what you do. You gotta follow the leader, follow the nerd.
So, the Rap Coach tips
Yeah.
to the website. How soon? Because we need that out here.
I mean, the first week of August, next month, first week of August. TheRealAliVegas.com will be up.
TheRealAliVegas.com.
Yeah,
Coming.
we're going to have
August.
all that. We're going to have Freestyle Fridays where, you know, first I'm going to be the one setting it off. But we're going to, you know, accept, you know, people that might not get that light. You know what I mean? Tell them to send their freestyles in. We have them send their freestyles in so yeah, they could.
I'm looking for some DJs to freestyle against, to battle against.
Let's do it. That
You know
would be
what I'm
dope. Like,
Your
we got,
DJs,
that's what I'm
all
saying.
your DJs out there.
It'd be a
Because you know every DJ raps. on the low.
Of course, but this is what we do: is DJing, MCing, and basketball, sports. That's what it's all the same. That's the culture.
That's the culture. So, musically, who have you not worked with that if you had a chance to work with any one artist, who would it be? Artist or producer?
I mean, what? Damn, man, I done worked with them all. You know what I mean? Like from I was saying, from Dr. Dre to Primo. So it's like I done worked with them all.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's got to be somebody that you haven't worked with. Somebody out there. Producer wise, man.
I work with them all, and then all of the new producers that I work with, they all on the same team that I'm on. That's the crazy part about it. I mean, as far as rap, I like the Buffalo Kids. I like, you know what I mean? I like the Machine and Butcher. Yeah, like Rocky, you know what I mean? Like I like those guys, you know, Flea, and I'm like, those guys is.
It's a lot of new dope talent, but I feel like it's like kind of like the early days of rap when I was listening to college radio, where it was like
that was
it's under there.
Spot.
Nah, college radio. That's the shit I grew up on. Headphones
I
on.
always loved doing college tours.
Nah, that's the best shit.
Because that was it. Like where it was like fuck it. Y'all, like we ain't got no money.
Right.
So it's like that's what made it so ill, because it was like fuck it. Y'all in here trying to make it. I'm in here trying to make it. Nah. So they appreciate the shit so much.
I went to a black college. I went to Hampton.
I performed out there. I performed out there when the Hard Knock Life tour.
Oh wow.
That's when it was so crazy. We all was in the same hotel. And Siegel and them be like, nah, fuck that. Bring out this room. Bring him out this room. Fuck that. Because I was always in the room.
Right.
Nah, fuck that. Bring him out this room. Bring the little pretty boy out of the room. And we'd be, you know what I mean? We'd come out, but like it was so ill. Like, man, that was it. The college tours that was the best time.
Yo, when the artists would come to the college, and when you on campus, it's like $5-10 shows. It ain't like going to the crazy shit. It's like the campus shit.
You just chilling.
Some of them shits would be free.
That was the dopest shit. Motherfucker be like, yo, hold on, watch this. Yo, Veg, what's up? Veg, you hungry? Like, yeah, what y'all gonna eat? Motherfucker call the Domino Man and be like, yo, look, come bring it to this dorm room. I went to pizza. That was a smooth.
They used to put the beats
that's
on.
What I'm saying. I'm like,
the beats on them right when I was in college.
They trying to eat. Like, look, what you want us to do? You know, you coming to deliver this to us. You know, we ain't got no money.
We in the hood.
That's why I was so. I was like, wow, this is fun. When I performed at Howard, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was great too.
I was like, you know what I mean? Like when you would do that, especially that black college run.
Nah, that shit is everything.
Man.
I went on a run this past year with Webb, actually.
Man,
yeah, we had a tour. But so yeah, man, that's it, man. We got the new records out. Mamba.
Yeah.
Out.
Jury Tampering
with Dio.
Yeah, produced by my man Lil Vic and all
that. Videos for these records?
Yeah, those coming soon.
Coming soon?
Well, the Black Mamba video is out.
Okay.
But the Jury Tampering video, we're gonna do that. Do that video.
So we're looking for that. TheRealAliVegas.com, debuting August.
Yeah, August.
All right, y'all staying tuned for that. A lot of things cooking.
Yeah, we in the kitchen.
What I like and what I'm feeling is the energy of, like, despite anything and everything, like not being jaded and still feeling new and fresh, and everything is good.
Yeah, because every day a baby is born.
I heard you.
I owe it to them. Like, that's the thing about it. I owe it to every new baby that's born. I gotta make sure they have that literature to pull. So I gotta make sure that I gotta walk them through this dumb shit that's happening now.
And that's part of the reason too why we doing the podcast.
That's why I love it.
Direct deposit to make sure that, you know, we would definitely want to put a focus in the spotlight on Long Island, because, you know, unlike Queens where there's still been so many legends that keep coming out of Queens. Long Island really hasn't had that, but we also want to make sure that, you know, guys that have been in the game and have a lot to offer and share, you know, have that spotlight opportunity.
Nah, that's why it's gonna be dope. But don't worry, Long Island will be good. Got Dio. I'm gonna get Rick out of the gym and make sure he in the lyrical
Just seen him last week too.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure he in the lyrical gym. We ain't worried about that.
Nah.
Long Island's gonna be in good hands.
Nah, well, me and DC, we gonna make sure we do our part.
Oh yeah, this is you know what I mean? Like this is big right now.
Cause we dweebing. You heard? DJ Shuttle, Direct Deposit, Ali Vegas, TheRealAliVegas.com. Coming in a New York minute. Make sure you check for that. Direct Deposit. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell a friend, and tell another friend. We here.